Second live, programmed live. A lot of people missed the last one. I want to say, like I say in all my videos, welcome back to the to the channel. Welcome back to the second live. Not anybody in here yet, and I apologize for changing the time, but I had some technical difficulties here. I'll wait till some people come in the live here. So far we have 2 people in here. Hope the audio is good. It's very, very cold here in Toronto, Canada. Let me just, sorry, give me the screen. Tech, we're living in hell. Yeah. Here it seems like hell froze over because of the cold weather. When do I go back to Brazil? I'd probably go back in a few weeks. So I'll have some stuff to attend to. So in this video, in this live, I should say, I'm gonna be talking about this existence and the realm that we live in. So, it's a very existential, very big topic, one that no one really knows the answer to, let's be honest. Thoughts on the universe being a whole type of jail? Yeah, I think it's a loosh farm here, which I don't know if any of you guys know what loosh is, but it's like the energy, the negative energy that we give off when we're feeling down and just everything bad that happens here, when you're sad, depressed. I think we're feeding some sort of being that is running the show here. But that's just a theory. That's just what I think. My name is Nick Dante. Like I say in all the beginning of my videos, I guess maybe you're new here. It's okay. Randall says, I'm in Winnipeg, haven't left the house in 4 days. Jesus, yeah. I've, grew up in Canada, but it's just, I can never get back to living in this crap. Travis Cruz. Hi there, Nick is your name. Yes, it is. Donald Trump is in the house. So I'm gonna read the comments in a little bit, but I wanted to sort of talk about this existence. We're all brought here for some reason, maybe no reason, but no one really knows why we're here. I spoke to somebody the other day, and they say that we signed a contract to come here. Now, if I did, I definitely don't remember that, and I'm sure none of you guys remember that as well. But why would we sign up to come here? What is the overall main reason? And I know a lot of people say there's no reason, but there has to be some reason, as in maybe not what we think, but possibly whoever or whatever brought us here, they had their own reasons, right? Now, what could it be? A lot of religious people say it's to test us because of God and all this stuff, which doesn't really hold water, because in my opinion, it's like, if God is all-knowing and all-powerful, why would they test us? That makes no sense if they know what the result of the test will be. So I'm not here to disparage religious people or disparage anyone's religion, but I can't subscribe to that. I used to be a religious person, but I can no longer subscribe to that. And I've mentioned in other videos why. I mean, the suffering here in this realm that goes on is just completely and utterly senseless. Whatever being, whether it's God or whatever you want to believe, they obviously are pretty sadistic if they like putting us through this, in my opinion. Now, this existence is just, it's very difficult to explain, like what created us. I mean, I think that, and I've heard a lot of theories saying how this is like a very complex simulation, which is very possible. I mean, maybe the when we leave this place, if we're able to leave this place, we will go to the prime reality, which, I mean, unless until we get to that point, we know none of us knows. Which could be what the religious people call heaven, which could be, you know, the other side of of life. You know, the other side of this. What do you call it? Realm, I should say. Now, I've heard people say that it's the prime reality. Maybe we're all plugged into some sort of program, and just like in the Matrix, right? How we're feeding the overlords of this realm the energy. You know, we do produce energy. We are energy, and electricity runs through us. So that is a scientific fact. I'm trying to keep the camera still, but I was just out not that long ago and it's freezing. Um, Travis Cruz, let me check some of the comments here. It's just going up here. Where did I see? Is your partner big of a downer as you? No. So we're pretty equal. I mean, she balances it off. So, and I'm not a downer just because I'm speaking the truth. So I'm sorry to disappoint you on that one. If you want happy, you know, blissful ignorance is bliss channels, you can go somewhere else. It's not a problem. Yes, I teach English, Ethan. Name me a car for an edit. Sorry, I don't even know what you're talking about. This shit is real. Says, do you feel that humans were designed by some outside source that would include humans' instincts to eat? Yeah, I mean, if we are, let's say they use, you know, religious people use the fact that we are made in the image of God. Well, wouldn't that really equate to that? Wouldn't it equate to whatever created us? They would be similar to us, you know. Even I mean, physically, the appearance maybe is the same, but if they've programmed us similar to what they are but different, then it's highly possible. Don't feel down, Travis. I mean, even though I talk about negative stuff, which people like to say that just because I'm saying the truth, it's negative. Unfortunately, the truth really doesn't care what you think about it, because the truth is just, it's standalone. So whether it's negative or positive, I just speak what's on my mind and what I see. So if people don't like quote unquote negative stuff, I'm sorry, you can go somewhere else. And I'm trying not to be, you know, cruel here, but it's the truth. Letting Elon do all the work. Yeah, Elon Musk, don't get me started on that guy. Ezel Keynes says Jim Carrey is going to be the president of Canada. Well, first error is Canada doesn't have a president. We have a prime minister, but anything's possible. And it would definitely be better than whoever's running the show right now. But we all know the politicians aren't really running the show. Oh, one thing I will let you guys know is for my next live, if you want to give topic ideas, you can leave them in the comments after the live. Just easier to find them. Your talk on the bench in park in Rio, I see the same. We and people over there. Oh, he's talking about my travel channel. Yeah, I have a travel vlog channel. It's because that's pretty much the only hobby I really have, is to try to travel. Aliens created man. very highly possible. I don't discard any ideas and possibilities. I'm quite open-minded to almost any and every possibility. Yeah, a lot of Bible thumpers, but I mean, let them do their thing. They think they're saving people's souls, or whatever. Hello, demented Mr. Krabs. Text says, I don't believe in religious things, but life is too mysterious. Life is very mysterious, very, very complex and complicated. I mean, let's talk about how our world is run. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if in this existence, this reality, that everyone could just have a good time? You know what I mean? It's so complex, the fact that there's good and evil. I mean, whatever your definition of that is, but there's good and evil. So many crazy things happen in this world, and sure, it is a what do you call it, the making of by humans have done all of this. I mean, anything that happens on this planet now is pretty much the doing of humanity. Accidents and things like that. Just humanity is an imperfect being, a biological machine. So a lot of things are going to happen, a lot of bad things. And most things that happen are bad in this world. I don't care whether you want to have rose-colored glasses. You can believe whatever you want and keep, thinking that this world is a beautiful place. I mean, it's beautiful when it comes to nature for whatever it is, but it really is. I've talked about this in another video. It's a killing field here. Everything has to, in order for something to survive, something else has to not survive. That's just everywhere around here in this whole world. And people just don't want to see that. How you doing? Life is overrated 96. Welcome to the live. This is why would there be another realm, a similar place? This idea seems so strange to me. Well, there's always that theory of parallel universes and alternate universes and things like that. So we don't know for sure what the other realm could be. Maybe it's just a parallel universe. Who knows? I mean, maybe we'll find out when we die. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's just lights out. I don't know. I like to believe, this is my own personal belief, that because of this consciousness, something, this is just too complex to just be here and gone. I mean, in this realm, at least that's what happens. But maybe something happens. Maybe we go to another reality. I don't know. I really don't know. This is why it's so interesting to talk about. Travis Cruz can't seem to be happy without drinking beer, as sad as it sounds. Well, that used to be me, but I find other ways to sort of cope. I used to be a heavy drinker. I really was. And that's only a temporary escape, really. I hate to say it, but it is. Donald Trump, pirates would never die, says, you're realistic, you're not down. No, I mean, sometimes I get a little down because it's really depressing to see in real time how shitty things are and how everything just seems to get worse. But I think about only what I can do, within my power and for myself. And I don't want to suffer needlessly with terrible health, and when you're depressed or you get, the stress, the high stress, you start getting sick and your body starts breaking down even more. And I mean, I don't want to suffer that way. Pain sucks, okay? People think that pain makes you stronger. Sure, okay, you're gonna go through some pain. That's just part of this stupid place. But I don't want any unnecessary pain. Stuff that I can avoid, I avoid it. I am not a follower of Christ. Sorry to disappoint you. My favorite thing in this hellhole, doing these videos, I guess. I don't know, talking to people. I like traveling, but that's quite the pricey hobby. Um, Chip Blue says, "I love white. I love white women. That's cool. Women are cool." Sorry if I don't read every comment there. There's just quite a few here. Christ is the Lord. Okay, whatever you believe. So let's talk about this existence, guys. This is not a Q&A live, but I don't mind if you ask questions. Just um, yeah, I saw the plane crash today, and that's another thing about this existence. I was just talking about so much bad shit happens, and I mean, what is controlling that? A lot of people say this is a existence in which we're just left here kind of on our own, and I don't know. I don't know. It's very strange because why does this place have why does so many bad things happen here? Um, that's why I've said this is a hell realm because you never know what's going to be around the corner. We're all going to get old. Like what kind of creation is this? Where you have a limited time here. You may or may not be successful in this uh, rigged system or rigged controlled system that we live in, that we have to work and work and work and not much to show for it. Like what the hell is the point? I don't know. It's all survival, guys. It's all survival. I got no baby mamas, Mike. I don't need any. Name of my travel channel is Nick Must Travel. So if you guys want to check it out, no problem. I do some videos around Brazil. It's kind of my secondary channel at this point. I started that channel first, but I started realizing and asking questions about this place, and I wanted to start a different channel. And yeah, I saw a lot of hatred against Jews in one side, but the father told me blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't hate on Jews. I just don't like any extremist groups of people. The Zionistic Jews who only care about Israel and all that stuff. But my belief is you don't do harm to other people no matter what. Uh, Mike Dupoli, life is pointless. We will all rot away in the ground or get incinerated. Yeah, then that's why I believe we got to enjoy this place or enjoy whatever time we have. Just have fun, you know, without hurting other people. But unfortunately, the system that we're trapped in worldwide, this ultra slave system, doesn't allow for that. Only the big boys at the top, the top 1% or the top 10% of the 1% are the ones having all the fun. But you have to realize they are not happy people. They're really not happy people. Even though they have all the money in the world, they are really not that happy of a people. They have sold out. They've sold themselves for money, for this agenda that I talk about. So, I mean, just because they have billions doesn't mean that they're super happy in this life. Sure, having money solves a lot of problems for sure. You can do a lot more. You can have more fun. But having hundreds of billions of dollars, I mean, come on. Uh, what do you think of the reincarnation soul trap? Yeah, that would be Red Pill Realist 17. I do believe that that is possible. Um, there's the Wheel of Sansara, which is supposedly you get stuck back, you know, whatever is reincarnation, you come back to this place if you've not detached from this world, this realm, right? I mean, if you're so stuck with your life and you love your life and all these things or your items and certain things like that, those are some of the things that pull you back here, I believe, from a lot of the research that I've done, I believe. uh, Imology. Yeah, that's the only thing I know is that I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of things. I don't have all the answers. I'm just simply questioning and thinking outside the box, other possibilities of this place. You know, what the hell is this whole thing? Um, it's crazy. The Georgia Guidestones destruction. I don't know if they got destroyed, but I know they were vandalized not a few years ago. Chill Blinton, life is not pointless. We were never meant to die. They'll kill us off. The human body's main job is to always keep you alive. Well, until a certain age. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, they don't want us to be. They want less of us here. That's for sure. I always say the powers that shouldn't be instead of the powers that be. How do I cope with this reality? I try to travel. There's not much. I mean, I do these videos. I like to try to talk to people. I don't know. Just take it easy. You know, just exist. There's not much else we can do. You can always, you know, take yourself out. But I mean, I'm totally against that. I don't believe in that. I mean, I understand why people do, but you know, I don't recommend that. Uh, Coffee pretty damn good in this realm. Yeah, I love coffee. I discovered a YouTuber by the name of Tony Sayers. Yeah, I watch Tony Sayers. He's pretty cool. He's got some good ideas. The soul trap is definitely a possibility, but I mean, whether you call it consciousness or soul, it's really the same thing. Um, they, those at the top or whoever, we're all here. They always seem to, you know, they don't want a lot of us here, but they seem to always want to bring in people. I guess they need new specimens or people they can brainwash easily, because you have to keep in mind, let me say one point. People who have been around 50, 60 years, okay, they've seen all the changes throughout the last bunch of decades. So they would have a bigger scope of what's actually going on in the world, okay? As opposed to someone who's born like in 2005, let's say, okay? They would be 15, 2005, sorry, 20 at this point, right? Um, they wouldn't have the experience of like living in the 80s or the 90s, okay? And they wouldn't see the changes. So for them, this is like the norm. And this is why they still allow people to come in. They want to slowly go in that direction where people are not questioning and they just accept what's going on. Similar to China. China's whole society is just completely accepting of the status quo, which is like digital currency and social credit system. And I mean, that goes with this whole realm. It's all about control. Let's see here, more comments. I appreciate all the comments, guys. You guys are really um, motivate me to keep going. Yeah, nature's pretty cruel, but it's, you know, animals are still, they are, how would I say, they don't have that malice in mind. They're just sort of, it's their nature. Whereas humans, yes, it is our nature possibly. I don't know what, I couldn't tell you what the actual nature of our programming is. Some people say we're a blank slate when we're born, or we're taught these things. So I like to think that, because I'm an example of that. I was raised, quote unquote, the right way, right? Whereas someone living in terrible conditions and is not treated with love ends up being a terrible person. Not always, but for the most part, the likelihood of it happening is high. So, I mean, recently unjustly lost a great job and now potentially hurt my social reputation. Excuse me, nothing malicious, but enough to cause social anxiety. It feels a matter of time before all crumbles. Well, it's not the end of the world. Um, you could always find something else, but yeah, I mean, we're all in survival mode, guys. We're all in survival mode here. Uh, definitely is a hell realm. Also, God, he doesn't love us, and he puts us in a stupid world. Well, whoever created this place or whatever this is, I mean, it's not in our best interest. Let's put it that way. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the comments, guys. Um, let's see here. Oh, they were so the guide stones, the Georgia guide stones were obliterated. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys know what those are. That's like somebody put all these different numbers. The world should not pass half of like 500 million people or some shit. Anyone heard about a large asteroid hitting Earth in 7 years? I heard about that, and they say it's only about like a 5% or less chance of hitting, and it's not what they call a planet killer. It would be like a city killer or some shit. Yeah, the body does generate lots of watts of power. Okay. Brooke Leo, I live in Rio de Janeiro, which is, if you think that where you are is hell on earth, this place is, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's got to be where there's a lot of low vibration energy. It's almost like, to me, one of the major epicenters of such heinous people. It's ridiculous. Sure, the Middle East, where there was wars and things like that, but I mean, man, it's crazy. Yeah, cost of living is cheaper. Miami, Miami Chantel, you gotta find something to distract yourself. You gotta have a cope. Um, if you don't have a cope and you don't distract yourself from these shit that goes on, it's gonna be more suffering on yourself. It's highly possible we were tricked into coming here. That's for sure. I'm just catching up on the comments, but I don't know. It's a really difficult place to live. Like I said, if we all had a little bit easier of a time, you know how you always say like take it easy. How people when people are getting all riled up. If this world didn't have this kind of shit going on, and I mean, it's if we could all just have what we need, sure, there's going to be people who are still greedy and they want more, but if we had the essentials, and I mentioned this in a video the other day, it's like water, housing, proper medical care, food, the essentials, um, hydro, power, things would be a hell of a lot better. But we're indoctrinated to want more and more, and that's because of the economic system that they've instilled in this world to enrich themselves more and more. Hello, Samantha Loomis. You made it to the live. I remember you made a comment saying you missed the last one, so welcome. Glad you could be here. Don't be sad, Kira. It's a low vibration energy. I mean, I know how it is because when I started doing this channel, like 4 or 5 months ago, you can't let this stuff eat you alive. You just can't. Um, you're gonna feel suffering. You have to question things for sure, question everything, but try to find a little bit of joy. I know it's easier said than done, but Nathan, what's the topic? The topic is what let's talk about this existence and the realm in which we live. That's the topic. Anything along those lines we can, you know, it always seems to go off into different directions. This topic is so vast, you know. I never run out of topics to talk about on my channel because everything is just so intricate. We are now at 8 billion in 2025, coming from 4 billion in 1970 and 2 billion in 1950. Yeah, they say that that's how many people in the earth. I mean, we'll never really know the exact number, but even though there's like documentation and all that stuff, but it's still never going to be accurate. Nothing in this life is ever going to be 100%. You know, yeah, I know more people are coming back to this planet because of the Matrix. The real question is, where did the people keep coming from? Do you know what I mean? Is there a limit to how many people can keep being born? Like where it's really it's an interesting question. Like how many people have to come here and how many have already gone? And where did all these people suddenly go after? All through history. Like millions or billions of people have already come through here. So where would their consciousness go in this whether it's to another realm or not? It's I always think, because I've lost quite a few relatives, and the first thing that I thought of is when my mom passed away was like, where the hell did she go? Like, where do we go? And I know a lot of people just say there is nothing after this, but I refuse to believe that. Only the fact that, sure, it's more of a comfort factor, but it's like, what is all of this? Everything we see in front of us, this physical world, it's just mind-boggling. Let's see here. Also, Gringo, would you say these topics are becoming publicly a new norm to actually discuss, or too many people function based off ignorance is bliss? Well, it's it's healthier for them if they ignore it. This is an interesting question because I think more and more, since there's more and more YouTubers having, I like to think of it as like free thinking, right? Even if it's an inconvenient truth for many people, or just something that a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about. But it is definitely growing as a topic. I like to, I'll give an example. In 1755, there was a massive earthquake that went off in the Atlantic Ocean. I think it was 1755, sending a massive tidal wave hitting continental Portugal. Now, it laid waste to the city. Fires started to burn, and it was the day of Mass. I think it was a Sunday, so everyone was at church. It was everyone was a believer back then. Many people died. They had to rebuild the city years later, Lisbon, and that was the starting point of believing that, the idea was born that God doesn't care about us. Sure, believe that whether God exists or not. But in that time, these people were very devout believers. God is with them and this and that. Why did not God save them from that calamity? So that was the birth of the idea, I guess, of, not agnostic, but being an atheist, or at least questioning that, what the hell is this? What, God didn't even save us from this. So so this may be that point for a lot of people, considering how bad the world is getting. People are starting to realize, whoa, what the hell's going on? The world is not what we thought it was. And that was like me. And here I am. I want the asteroid to hit Earth. I don't want it to hit Earth only because I like the animals. And I know that sounds selfish, but they don't deserve to die because we're miserable human beings, or we're just not able to run a very decent place. Let's see if there's any sane comments here. Get some people talking religious stuff and whatever. Why don't you dedicate a video to the moon landing hoax. I should talk about that. Thank you for the idea. Um, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Yeah, I remember that. I'm old enough to know that. What's up, Tony Spears? Welcome to the live. Yeah, the archons take on many forms and objects. It's very interesting because they're saying, or I've read that the moon isn't even a moon. It could be like some sort of base for these beings that are controlling us, but that's up to you to check out more of that. I will still talk about videos on that topic. I like talking about the whole quote, how they call it conspiracies. I think it's very interesting. Lots of topics to talk about. That's why I'm forced to Uber Eats delivery, which was my favorite job so far. Yeah, I had a friend that did Uber Eats. You got to do what you got to do in this life. It's too bad that the jobs keep paying less and less, and for me, things just keep shrinking, and you get less. It's like the whole, food thing. You get the chip bag, and it's like you pay more for the bag, but you seem to be getting either the same amount of chips, which is half a bag, or less. That's what I feel life is on the whole. You have to give the same effort, but you get less money, or money, this fiat currency just keeps getting worthless, more and more worthless. Any questions about this existence or this realm or what's actually going on in the world? Evo to keep fit 49 says the planet is overpopulated. I don't think so. Even if you look at it as a finite resource, everything on this planet, it's just disorganized and mismanaged, and there's just so many. Unfortunately, the capitalist system, and I mean none of the systems really work, but it's all about hoarding, and I guess the scarcity mindset is very strong with a lot of people, especially the ultra wealthy people. Coriel, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Not everyone does. I get enough detractors, and that's okay. Not everyone has to agree with me, and I hope they don't. And Twisted Reality, don't listen to Sanity Machine. He's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. Sanity Machine is just sick of this fucking place, like many of us, and he's just. I watch a lot of his lives, and though I wouldn't go about that. I wouldn't go about it that way, the way he does. I do respect their perspective, and I think they know what's going on. He knows what's going on. Like him or loathe him, they know what's going on. They question. He calls out a lot of fakers, a lot of these people who claim to be truthers, and I mean, I watched like an hour and something, and the truthers on that he was showing are just like complete and utter frauds, and they're just looking to get airtime. And I mean, you know, I respect uh, I respect him. I like the channel. I think it's another take. Uh, the next Phoenix event is supposed to be on May 15th, 2040, but not everyone will be affected. Yeah, I heard something about that. I'm almost caught up on the chats, on the comments. Brooke Leo, have you ever been religious in your life? Yes, I was a very devout Catholic, and then became Christian because I realized the Catholic Church is just one big business, and it's part of the secret societies. Even though it's not so secret, they do a lot of shady stuff. The Vatican, they own tons of money, yet they ask people for donations to help to help the sick and the needy, and it's all horse shit in my opinion. You know, actually, speaking of which, I saw UNICEF downtown today stopping people asking for donations. I'm like, go fucking ask some billionaires, why don't you, or millionaires? You know, like you're asking the common person who's may have a good heart and they just can't get by, and you're asking them for their damn money. Get a life. Get a life. Black hole. Hey man, good to see you. This shit is real. Thoughts on NPCs? There's a lot of them, and they're just there to fill space. And they, I mean, I like to consider NPCs as the normies, and they go along with everything. It's that person with the blue hair or green hair with the mask, the five masks, and the, you know, oh. We think the same about most things. I love animals. Yeah, I love animals. I mean, I don't care if they're, you know, they kill each other. They usually kill each other to survive, which, again, this is a killing field. But they don't kill out of jealousy. They don't rob each other. I mean, there's nothing to rob, but they don't do the things that humans do. Humans are, you know, for the most part, disgusting and just irrational. And you know, some of the things I've seen go on over the years, it's very alarming and disturbing, but not surprising. Uh, yep, I'm live. Do you do paid surveys now and again? Nah, it doesn't pay much, and it's worse than having a you know, one of those regular jobs. So you might as well just give your time and do that. Sure, you could do it at the comfort of your own home, but they don't pay. Hell Realm in Canada versus Brazil. Brazil's is worse. Only the fact that there is so much crime, so much criminality, just a lot of people completely have went the other way. You know, they're not. There's a lot of bad people there. A lot of good people, of course, but it's high concentration of negative energy, and it's I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's unexplainable. Free workers in prison for elites. Yeah, we're all slaves. Hate to tell you. Daniel Hardcastle. Hello, real red pill option. Love your videos, my friend. Shadow from the UK. Hey, cheers, mate. Uh, Carol Access. Who are working to save animals? They are good, aren't they? Yeah, whoever saves animals has my, you know, respect. Anyone who dedicates their lives to saving animals, whether it's veterinarians or, you know, people like that, total respect. And I know a lot of people who get in that field. I mean, you can't do that job if you don't like animals. And obviously they're not going to be just doing it for the money. Because they want to be there saving animals. Sure, you get paid, okay. That's part of the whole shit, right? But yeah, I respect that. No, he's a bad guy. I was a mod on a channel he caused so much trouble on Forever Conscious Research channel. Yeah, well, I haven't seen anything the contrary. I can't say that they're a bad person. I think that they're sick of seeing all these terrible people trying to, you know, take advantage of people, and just disgusting how society is, and they call it out. I mean, not a lot of people do that, and that takes guts to do that. A lot of people just like the status quo, and they don't want to mix it up. And but you know, that we'll agree to disagree on that one. But whether you, I mean, the way they go about it, okay, that might be different, but they can do what they want. It's their channel. And you know, I think it's a change. I think calling out those con artists and people, like the one guy I saw, he had is this guy who goes through books and shit, and you know, asks people for like I think they ask for people donations, or people give tons of money and they praise this guy. Yet he's like a registered sex offender, and no one wants to admit that. You know, Facts are facts. I don't know the guy. I'm not going to go out and talk bad about other people that I don't know. But I mean, hey, they do what they do. Uh, generic u dot sorry ut dot user. Sorry, my eyes are squinty. Where do you stand on the JQ? What's JQ? You have to tell me what that is. I don't know the acronym. My head looks like the asteroid. Ooh, it's coming to hit the Earth. Thanks, Black Hole, for the congratulations. I was gonna do it earlier. I was actually gonna do it yesterday, but I had a bunch of shit to do. So, but sounds like Trump. Mike, hi room. Welcome to the live in Texas. I saw Texas had snow not that long ago. Donald Trump, Nick, you're a real man, have heart, and your way of discussing problems is normal compared to MSNBC and mainstream media. Well, yeah, any of the mainstream medias. I mean, I watch it just to sort of, I don't watch it a lot, but I watch just to see what their takes are, what BS they're trying to pull on people, and it's all programming, guys. I mean, they try to set one side against the other, and that's why US is so fucked up these days. Sure, I mean, I know you're probably not going to agree, Donald Trump, based on your name. Trump is unfortunately being controlled. We can agree to disagree on that, but I know that all politicians are in the pocket of these wealthy billionaire people. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on karma? I used to believe that it's real, but I haven't been seeing it happen. So a lot of people get away with a lot of shit, and yeah, no justice from karma. Animals are cool because they aren't equipped with the burden of a complex brain. Yeah, and they're quite loyal. I mean, depending on the animal, but they can be quite loyal, like dogs, cats, and they stick with you. And all you have to do is provide them food and love and affection, and they don't ask for much. Boopster. This was over 2 years ago. It was hideous. He kept making up fake accounts to infiltrate the channel. I get though, he hasn't done anything to you, so you have no reason to. Well, I am not what you call a fake truther. I am a person that is questioning everything and trying to find the truth. I am not out there soliciting videos or asking people for money. I never ask for donations. You don't have to donate to me. If you do, of course I'm going to accept it. Who doesn't accept money? What kind of this is the world we live in. But I truly do not ask of anybody money, okay? I enjoy doing this because I'm trying to connect people with my ideas, try to think about things, what goes on in this world. Stop living the way that have been programmed to live, which is go to work, go to school, go to work, don't say anything, don't question anything, just pay your taxes, get old, or pop out some kids, retire, get old, if you can get that, if you can even get that far, because everything's just polluted and just toxic these days, food and the environment in which we live. If you can get old and then die and fuck off, this is how it is, and I want people to see this is what they're doing to us. Why do people still believe in politics and this I guess professional liars? They openly telling people they aren't in charge. Yeah, it's true. They're not. And they don't hide it anymore. They don't hide anything from us. And people are just, with their heads in the sand. Granted, a lot more people are awake these days, but it's not enough to make real change. I'm just saying it like it is. Okay, I'm from the UK and I'm pleased. I'm old. I've seen enough on the planet. And you've probably, I don't know how old you are, but you've probably seen a lot for sure. You've seen the changes, and most not for the, no, not for the good. Yeah, karma. I don't think it's real. I think it's just, you know. Um, Boops, your channel is great. Comes from the heart. Yeah, I'm not here pretending to be someone else. And if you people don't like me for what I portray here, what I'm being myself here, go somewhere else. It's very simple. I never understood that. People come, they complain that they're not getting the content they want to see, or that you're not telling them what they want to hear, and they get upset. And you don't have to be here. You're more than welcome to be here, but if you're not content, or if you're just not happy with what I'm putting out there, don't be here. Go find something else. It's just like people who think I'm negative and all this stuff. Go somewhere else. It's very simple. You don't have to waste your time here. Which country would you like to travel? I'd like to go to every South American country before you know, I don't know whether I'm going to live in Brazil forever. I don't know. There's no such thing as forever, but in the coming years, I would like to go to Argentina, Uruguay, all the South American countries at some point. I want to go to Machu Picchu, and that's just my hobby. I know it's very expensive to travel, but if you're living in Brazil and you're earning Canadian dollars or US dollars or whatever, pounds, you will live very well, despite all the problems that are going on there. I haven't worked in 2 years. I've just been studying my interests full time. Yeah, do what makes you happy. That's all I can say. If you're still able to pay your way, you know, put food on the table and all that stuff. Trump will be assassinated or have accident, and Elon will be the. Yeah, I don't want that either. To be honest, I don't hate anybody. I try not to put my energy in that direction. Trump is just unfortunately being used, whether he knows it or not. I don't know, but he's going along with the agenda. He's clearly not in charge. But no, I don't want anything bad to happen to him or any other person for that matter. You look kind of like Severus Snape, which is cool. What, from Harry Potter? I don't remember what he looks like actually. I have to check. This shit is real says, do you love the hypocrisy of the Grammys with the Kendrick and the song about people preying on young age people, which the song, yeah, I mean, it's right out in the open. All of their like Satanist worshiping and the symbolism, it's all out there, and people just think it's a show, ha ha ha, clap 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 clap, like a bunch of otters. Adane Irohi. I hope I say your name correctly. People want to control you. Yeah, especially those on the top, the powers that shouldn't be. They want to control the whole world. Travis Cruz, your channel is great. Thank you. I appreciate it. This shit is real. Damn, never heard that song. Yeah, listen to that song. There's, another song that I heard by Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Listen to those, or read the lyrics and listen to the lyrics. It's totally like previewing stuff in the future. It's crazy. It's legal for people to wish harm on a president. Yeah, I know that, but it's not. I'm not saying that because I'm saying it to prevent myself from being busted down, by the FBI or whatever. But I truly don't want harm to come to anybody, and especially a president. Um, Mike Tyson versus Blake Paul was a ritual shaming show for Mike Tyson. Yeah, I mean, anybody who's gets in these businesses and becomes really popular, there's a price to pay for these people, and awkward front man. Do you worry about being a Christian in a foxhole when the time arrives? I don't know what that means, but if you're meaning that I'm a non-believer at the time, excuse me, at the time of dying and my soul, no, because I hope there's a God. I hope, because I will question them, and I want to have a word like, what are you doing? What is this? But it's not gonna happen. Like, all this suffering for what? You know, we're all here for what? To suffer at the hands of, you know, super evil psychopathic people that are, or another being outside. You know, it's come on. What's your advice for traveling to South America for the first time? I'm 21. I might travel to Chile. Um, have some money, have some money saved up, and just use your common sense when going. That's all I can tell you, and have a good time. Ashnix, I'm waiting. I'm wanting to leave Canada and looking into cheaper countries. Did you have to get your own health insurance when you moved? You can have health insurance. I don't know if you're from. Yeah, You can have 6 months from Canada, but after that, I think they don't cover you because you're only supposed to be out of the country for 6 months. But look into that. Um, you can get health insurance in your wherever you decide to move to for pretty cheap, actually. Healthcare is cheaper in other countries if you're paying in your own currency. Uh, yeah, I don't know about Celine Dion's clothing line. I do know about what's her name's clothing line. It's a friend of Elon Musk's. I can't remember. There was this woman who's just like, oh, I think she's the one in Twitter or whatever it's called now, X. I'll find the name at some point. I can't remember. There was some woman who's like does all these rituals and she has like crazy artworks and stuff. I can't remember her name. If you guys remember who that is, it's a little bit vague, I know, but Scatman's World by Scatman. John speaks truth too, in a way. Yeah, I like. There's so many good channels out there, really, um, who have a different perspective, and that's what you want. You don't want your same perspective, right? You want to look at the same topic with a different, at it from a different angle. That's what I think. Like a lot of guys I watch, you know, B Stevie, Life is Overrated, um, Corrupt 9 to 5. I forget his channel's like Living in a Corrupt Life or whatever it's called. I haven't seen him do too many videos lately, but a lot of these guys come up with you know, great videos, great ideas, and when you can relate to it, you know, like specifically working in this existence, you know, how we're all have to work some one way or another. Even me, even though I'm working remotely or whatever, I'm still working. You know, I don't have a boss that's going to be like cracking the whip on me, but it doesn't matter. We're all beholden to this, to the paper. You don't have that, you're pretty much screwed, which is really, you know, sadistic in my opinion, really crazy. Do a flip. Yeah, no, that's not happening. uh, the God of Abrahamic religions is a monster. Yeah, I mean, you can look at the First Testament, the Old Testament. They they were condoning war all the time. Kill this person, kill that person. You know, it's what kind of loving God is that? A loving God would not do all of this or condone all of this. What it seems like to me is that these people who wrote the Bible, and I know this is going to bring up a lot of problems to myself, they say that God talked to them. What would that sound like to you today if someone told you that someone spoke to them and they wrote it out? That it's a crazy person hearing voices in their head. You know, that's the scientific explanation for it. Come on. Born in a corrupt system. Yeah, that's it. Uh, I always mix up because he used to have a. His name of his channel was like Born into a Corrupt 9 to 5 or something like that before. But he's good. He's good. He's a good guy too. We should all have like a big live at some point. I should reach out to these guys and be like, let's do a big live and talk about a specific topic or, you know, whatever. That'd be a great idea. Someone told me that that would be a great idea. Red Pill, he was my go-to back during 2023 Christmas. Yeah, I mean, all these guys also inspired me. I mean, I wasn't too sure if I should start talking about these things, you know, 6 months back, but the more I started watching those guys, I'm like, screw this. I gotta come out and just, you know, tell people what's going on. This channel might be born into a corrupt world. I don't know if there's one called that, but I don't remember. Uh, if you can go back in time, would you do it? Maybe to a certain point or start over? The one thing that I say is, if I could go back in time, I would do it to start over, but I would want to have all the knowledge that I have today and the experiences. So not like forgetting anything. Because if I have the mentality today as, let's say, a 20-year-old, because I'm now 41, so as a 20-year-old, um, there's a lot of things I would do differently. I don't really regret it because, I mean, you're in a different mind frame, state of mind. Back then when you're younger, you're just thinking of like getting sex and having fun and drinking and, just having fun, playing video games. Um, Girls, thinking about girls and whatever, but um, sure, I'm still a man. I still have those things, but I don't, I could have done so many other things that could change my life for the better. And I guess, that's what everyone wished they could do. So that's what I would want. Good question. Yeah, what God would have a 9-year-old bride? Seems worse. Yeah, I won't touch that because you talk bad about their religion, they'll come after you with a pitchfork or worse, which is bizarre. You're supposed to be good, religion is supposed to be based on good, doing the right thing. Yet if someone talks bad about your religion, you go and, like, really? Come on. Come on. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, with the same memories for sure. And I know that it's bad if you watch Star Trek and all that stuff. I guess it would be like messing with the space time continuum. I really don't care. Yeah, collaboration with those guys would be cool. We should do it maybe at some point. How's Canada doing? 1 to 10, 5, maybe 4. It's a tough life here, and people think that, oh, Canada's the land of opportunity. America's the land of there's it's you have to be a super super slave. That's it. You gotta just slave. And not everyone's so lucky to be born into this world. First of all, to be born here, it's not exactly that glamorous, but they're not very lucky to be born to a good situation. F the world Avengers. There's military technology that can direct original certain frequencies right into the human skull to sound like a voice of God. Yeah, there's all kinds of technology that's just good ways to manipulate people. Mhm. If I could, I would waste. I wish I would have, if I could, wasted my 20s. Yeah, I mean, looking back, you realize there's so many things I would have rather done. I would have rather, started investing and tried to, not have to work. That would be my, if I had, that's why the mentality I would want is to see the world for what it is and just be like, I gotta make enough money so I don't have to fucking do nothing and just do what I want to do. It's a bizarre killing for religion. Yeah, killing for religion is so stupid. It's supposed to be something that's good. God is supposed to be good, and that's what it's BS. It's BS. Seems like human love Bitcoin, something that has virtual value and it can be manipulated. Yeah, I'm not sold on Bitcoin or any of that stuff because it can be very easily manipulated. In this existence, man, they have the tools to control everybody in this world. And I mean, we're already practically being controlled. It's not at the end stage yet. It's going to make the book 1984 look like a picnic. I'll tell you that much. People don't want to believe it. Okay. Keep sleepwalking into dystopia. No problem. Have you ever seen a ghost or had any supernatural experience? No, but my sister did, and I don't know whether it was true or not, but she said something threw a knife at her in one of our old houses. We lived in this house that was like 150 years old or 200 years old actually, before Canada was even officially a country, way up north here in Toronto. And it was an old house. It had all the makings of an old house. Oh, my mom also said that a young girl came up to her in the middle of the night that was wearing like the old sleeping cap and the pajamas. And yeah, I don't know. My mom didn't really have a reason to lie, but I don't know if that's true. The book of the Nephilim tells Satan or Shaitan was a fallen angel that God. Yeah, I heard some things like that. Yeah, I don't know all the answers, but I do definitely have the curiosity to research these things and try to understand it. I'm happy with how I spent my 20s. I would have been retired at 21 if I had a supportive family. Yeah, it's, hindsight is 2020, I guess. Um, as they say, oh, Jesus won't return for a peace this time because there's phones and camera that may capture. I don't know. No one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves if we want to enjoy. Even if, let's say, this place is a loosh farm, and it is being controlled by other beings from another dimension. Okay, that we can't see, and they can slip in and out. Whatever. We could, if we all just like in the movie Stargate. You remember when they were controlled by Ra, and he had very few people, and they were so scared of them. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, 1994 Stargate. Similar idea. These primitive people are controlled. They have to bring food and treasures and minerals and whatever to Ra, right? And until they're shown their true colors, until they're awakened, they do nothing. They only get the courage when they see that they've been had. It's bullshit. And that's it. They were able to uprise against them. I think it's the same here. It's the only way we can beat this system and those that enslave us. And I'm talking about here on Earth, but also in this realm as well, even if it is a simulation or not. Regardless, we're being fully controlled here and manipulated. It's, in my opinion, this is a perceptual trap. That's what I would say. They are controlling human perception, thus controlling everybody. Once you realize and you see everything what it is, for what it is, you can't go back. And it's hard to show people, when and you can tell them till you're blue in the face, and they're still never going to see it because it's a hard truth. It really is. Like Arnie said in Terminator, "Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back." Well, if you're actually leaving, well, we'll see you in the next live, and thanks for the support. Oh, Jesus can destroy the devil, but chooses not to free will in him. Yeah, I mean, if you're religious, even if you believe that that's true, and it is true, what's taken him so long? What's taken Jesus so long? It's probably because it's such a shithole here. It's like, I'm not going back to that place. I'm quite happy here, Yeah, I know what you mean. Phil Geary. Might be a patience game, given we accept the God paradigm. He would allow Oberon to resign until his nature was revealed as self-evident. Well, it is a patience game, but the problem is religion is the controlling mechanism, and it's very tough to give up. It's very tough because when you believe in something, religion, for example, which is one of the strongest and most effective controlling mechanism, it doesn't allow you to look beyond the other possibilities, to see other possibilities. You are stuck. It's like, nope, this is as far as I'm going to go. That's it. You're not going to question anything. You're not going to say, well, who is God? Like what? You're just not going to go there because I think it's also gives them some comfort. I think that's what it is too. Religion gives people comfort, but it's the ultimate controlling device for sure. Again, perception, right? If your perception is that, oh no, there's a God, oh, there's a Son of God, and you believe everything in the Bible and whatnot, you are stuck there. You're not getting out of that. The shit is real. All the religious pray to the same God. Yeah, they think they're praying. They're not praying to the God they think they are. That's what I think. They're not praying to the God they think they are. Also, all imaginary gods can suck it too. Yep. You know what? The only respect I give to of all the religions would be the Buddhists. I'm talking about the ones who are really about just peace and quiet, and they don't fuck with anybody else. They don't go and conquer anybody else. They don't want to. That's fine. I don't believe in the gods and stuff and all that. But if you believe in religion, okay, that's your choice. Everyone has the choice. But if you're fucking with everybody, you're causing wars, you're in the name of the same God and all that. Like, come on. That's bullshit. There's these people are all like controlled by demons or whatever you want to call it, some sort of really low vibration being. I prayed to God, now I don't believe him, and things don't feel different. Well, I mean, everyone prays to God, whoever believes in them, and they always seem to. It's funny because they pray, nothing happens, and then one thing happens in their life that they got. It's like they attribute that to God, even though all that time they didn't do anything for other things. And it's like, really, where's your critical thinking skills? Where's your logic? It's very naive, in my opinion, and a waste. A waste. Thoughts on being single and how much hope to keep regarding finding someone. There's nothing wrong with being single. Um, Whatever sex you are attracted to, if you're single, you're able to meet different people, meet different girls. You're able to sort of meet the right person's, at the right time, if that ever happens. And you can't let it dominate you. When I was younger in my 20s, I was always like, I have to find the one. I have to find the one. And you're just chasing, a pipe dream. And sure, there could be the one. There could be that right person. Not everyone's going to meet the right one. A lot of people, in fact, meet the wrong one and they stay with that person, or they divorce, and like most divorces happen because that wasn't the right one. Or problems happen. It's a messy existence. It really is. I hope that information helped, but being single can be fun. And I would say if you go to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, go single. You'll have a little bit more luck there. Some people survive, accumulate by conflicts and wars. Other people just want to work and have peace of mind. Yep. I did a lot of snow shoveling these last couple days, so that's why I'm a little bit tired, but I'm good to go. After 17 years of dating, I'm out. Maybe you're dating in the wrong country. The UK is not exactly the best dating location. I think that's where you're from, Phil. Uh, that's another reason why I don't live in Canada anymore, because the dating scene sucks here. A little off topic, but yeah, if you were to go to Brazil, you will meet somebody, okay? It's guaranteed. A good guy. Topic is, let's talk about the existence and this realm in which we live in. So it kind of goes all over the place. Um, we're trying to talk. We're trying to figure out what the hell this place is. No one really knows for sure, but it does have all the makings of a simulation, a very complex simulation. I know a lot of people will find that hard to believe, but it's very possible. We are ourselves a biological computer, you know, just like a regular computer. It needs You need to take care of it. You get tired, computer gets, what lots of different things happen to us which are similar to that. Oh, you're in America. Okay, then that's even worse, I would say. I know a lot of Americans who left US because dating sucks. Alyssa, hello, my name is Alyssa, and I just wanted to tell you I love you. Sorry, tell you I love, and so does Jesus when he went to the cross. And okay, thank you very much. You seem nice, but yeah, um, no loving God sends their son to die for other people. Okay, uh, you actually seem chill compared to some of those YouTubers and live streamers out there. Yeah, I'm chill. I mean, I'm trying to learn not to take this place so seriously. That's even though it's such a crazy, shitty, you know, I don't know what to say. It's just repetitiveness, and yeah, we've done everything that we could possibly do here. I don't know. People love this place for some reason. I don't know how people can how people can think this is so wonderful. Everything's wonderful, despite all the shit that goes on in the world. It doesn't make sense to me, and that's where I think people think that I'm a depressing guy. It's not. It's a realist. I'm a realist. Okay. It's a dimension of experience and an experiment. That's maybe a good guy. It is. What difference does it make though? It's cool to talk about it. That's what difference it makes. It would be nice to figure it out, to find out what it all means, wouldn't it? That's the age old question. Maybe it means nothing, but eh, we're not here just for the fun of it. I don't like. I mean, for no reason. I can't believe that. I will not. I will say this life, the system that we're running doesn't matter because we're all sort of in our own myopic vision, and most of us don't see everything. And that's why a lot of you come to these channels, because you want a different perspective on this existence. It's a hell. It's a hell, no doubt, hell simulation. Yeah, I mean, it's programmed to be terrible. And let me be clear. There are some nice things here, okay? And I don't even know why they exist, because it's everything else is so pretty shitty here. But there are some nice things, like like I said, if there wasn't this terrible low vibration energy, or demons running the shit, or like just bad people running the shit, it would be a much better place. Honestly, it would be a much better place. Okay. Too many questions, but no answers. Why we're here? It's sad. Yeah, I mean, and then people will say, "Well, just enjoy it." Donald Trump says, "Haiti ain't no option to have a nice experience." Yo, Haiti is. I feel for a lot of those people, man. I mean, wow, that is like where the world is gonna. That could be like the end of the world kind of shit. Is Haiti? Like, I know some YouTubers that have traveled there, and it's that is hell on an island, honestly. I see this place as a zoo for someone else's entertainment. It's outside the simulation. Yeah, that's possible too. Very possible. Is there something recent and new in your life that you have taken a real interest in? Not really. Um, Unfortunately. I just do my YouTube videos. I mean, I like to travel. I don't know. There's not really much else that I'm interested in, to be honest. Yeah, I heard it was hard in Haiti. It's beyond hard. This is the only time I say that it needs some sort of intervention. It's just there's no government. Not that government's good, but there's no control at all. There's no order at all. It's just, and people are starving. It's like the worst of the worst you could think of. Excuse me. Have you been have you ever been religious? If so, what did you question it? Yes, I answered that question earlier, but I was a Catholic. Then I switched to just Christianity because I found that Vatican is a criminal organization, or worst case scenario criminal organization, best case scenario just a business. And then I started questioning, like, well, why is Jesus letting this happen? Why are they back? You know, one thing leads to another, and you lose faith in that stuff. But the number one thing that made me so jaded on that, or enlightened, is that why are children dying? Why are kids getting cancer? Why are so many, kids in Africa and people in Africa just starving? And then a religious person will say, that's how God, it's testing us. It's allowing us to have free will and decide. Bullshit. I can never accept that. Boopster cut me off from everything. Just my morals. Okay. I agree with who said what kind of a loving God would send his supposed only son to slaughter. Yeah. Everything has this purpose, meaning we're just not in the loop or that purpose. Yeah, very possible, very possible. Maybe our primitive brain can't wrap, uh, our mind can't get wrapped around it. Maybe we just can't figure it out. I don't know. Craig Kander, empathy is a weakness in this realm. Um, yes and no. Empathy should be, um, you know, given to those that deserve it, that really do. You know, that's what I think. Don't give empathy to the fucking criminal who's, drugging people or selling drugs on the street or killing people and all those type of people. Nah, I have no empathy for them. They can rot in hell, or if there is a hell. Food, water, music are the best things here, honestly. Yeah. Got something in my throat. Um, oh, God's in the house. It's my judgment time now. uh, sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on some of these. What are your thoughts of prophecy being fulfilled regarding the ending of the simulation? I don't see an end of the simulation until enough people realize that we've been had and we're in this thing. I don't know how we turn it off or unplug. It's just, I don't know. Very very complicated questions. You know, nature elects against empathy, not me. I'm pro empathy. Yeah, I'm pro empathy, but I will not have empathy for those that cause harm to others. They need to be punished or removed, or you know, you know what I mean. Uh, what were some of the things you used to question when you were a kid? Just my parents. I never really, was open, and not most kids aren't. Kids just want to be kids, and unfortunately, these days, kids aren't even able to be kids the way that I used to be, and I think that's in big, in part because of cell phones and internet and all these things, and I think it was a different time. I didn't grow up with internet. Internet was in its infancy when I was a teenager. Like we had dial up and we had all these things. It wasn't like today. No cell phone, like no smartphones, and yeah. Yeah, Jamaica was on the same path. I heard that. Um, it's still not the safest place in Jamaica, but it's definitely no Haiti. Yeah, Phil, it's true. I mean, just calling it as it is. Cap 4? No, don't know what it is. Yeah, fenced beaches, burned cities. Haiti is just oof. You guys should check out one of a local YouTuber from Toronto. He's a big YouTuber called Chris Must List. I don't normally advertise other YouTubers unless it's the same topics that I talk about, or unless I'm genuinely, um, you know, unless I know that they are generally a good YouTuber. But he goes to Haiti and he goes to all kinds of crazy dangerous places. He's a great guy. Um, I'm gonna end the live in about a few minutes, probably maybe in about 5 minutes. We'll talk for 5 more minutes. If you have any comments to make, also I wanted to mention if you have any topic suggestions for the next live, please feel free to leave them in the comments, not in the live chat, so that I can find it after. If you're able, if you don't mind writing it in the comments. Um, Sometimes it's not always easy choosing a topic for a live. A good guy, yep. If there is a God, they definitely are a jealous God. You're not allowed to worship anybody else, or you die. Well, I go to sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here in Holland. Okay, thank you for joining. It's almost 9 o'clock here in Toronto. Yeah, it's minus 10 here in Toronto, Celsius, which would be about 10 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. Nice seeing you, and take care. Yeah, life is just, I mean, this reality, get up for work. Today was a holiday where I live, but I don't know. Rinse and repeat, guys. Rinse and repeat. Same. Yeah, dial up internet was like, they'd have that sound, when you're dialing up. And then if someone picks up the phone, you got to go all through it over again. What a pain in the ass. And then they had the high speed and then all that stuff, They kept getting more advanced. Schopenhauer, I do read a little bit of stuff, but I mean, I'm so busy with, I came up here, I had to go to a funeral, and I do read a lot of these different, thinkers. There's another one that I was reading the other day. I can't remember who it was. I love the quotes. I love back in the day, these people were like ahead of their time for sure. Can you imagine if they were around today? Some of these Christians be sadistic too, saying some just people deserve to burn in hell. It's disgusting. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. It's like you're supposed to be about love and forgiveness, and come on. It doesn't make sense. You're the man, Nick. Critical thinker like me. It's good to question our existence. Everything, of course, absolutely, Daniel. Absolutely. I mean, it it doesn't mean that you have to detach from your life. I mean, try to have some fun. You're here already. It sucks that we have to work for most of our existence, but I mean, until we change this system to a different one, which I couldn't even think what would actually be better, but I'm sure there's something better than this shit. Ciao, good guy. Thanks for joining. Hey, Sam, be nice. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, even if you don't like it. Miss Dial-Up Messenger. Yeah, you got, or what was that one? AOL or whatever. You got mail. You got mail. Or ICQ. I remember ICQ. All that shit. Yeah, you got mail. Oh man, their times were different. I don't know. Maybe I'm nostalgic, and maybe because I wasn't awake, I was in bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Thank you, Red Pill Realist. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support of every single person that participated here, every single person, subscriber that watches my videos. Um, Again, I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm just like you guys, but I'm awakening more and more. Um, this place is weird. Let's keep questioning it, but at the very heart of it, we're already here. So let's call out the shit when we see it. Speak our minds, but at the end of the day, enjoy it and just treat people with respect and kindness. The world is missing a lot of that. It really is. And you don't have to think about being kind and nice and good. You don't have to be religious to believe those things and to do those things. So a lot of religious people think that, oh, you're not religious, so you're not a good person. Nah, that's bullshit. Or as the British say, that's poppycock. uh, I'm gonna end the live here, guys. I'm just checking the last few. That's okay. Gaslighting is not permitted here, but if it's just a friendly, healthy debate, it's all good. Uh, thanks, Phil. I love talking about things from the past, when we were growing up, and I don't know how old all of you guys are, obviously, but 80s, 90s, whatever. That's when I grew up. 80s, 90s. There were some good times. There were some good times. You can't say that it was all shit. I mean, these days, I feel like it's just there's no good times, and that's why I say you gotta try to find the fun. Okay, guys, relax. No fighting. Let's have just a calm discussion. I don't want to have to remove anybody from the live or block anybody. I don't want to have to do that. So let's just simmer down. Any last questions or comments before I go? I'm gonna end the live. I'm gonna go relax and have a tea and just relax. Yeah, everyone, opinions are like assholes. We all have them. I think that's the phrase. It's okay, a good guy. I'm not gonna block anybody unless it gets, really off the rails. Can you make it clap? What are you talking about? Don't understand. I'm well, by the way. Bye, Donald Trump. Pirates never die. Justin Reed, can you do a video on the inflation? Yes, I can. I'll mark that down. If you could please write them in the comments after the live, just so I can go back and see the comments. I won't be able. I can go through the chat, but it's a lot more work for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I left like a announcement that I was gonna do a live, so. But that's what I'm gonna do from now on. Most of the lives that I'm gonna do are gonna be programmed. So the odd one I'll do just randomly if I just have to get something off my chest right away. But for the most part, I'll program it. My cheeks. Nope. Weird request, but okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you everybody for, yeah, I don't show my ass on cam, sorry. But yeah, thanks for being here on the live. I appreciate everybody for participating. And yeah, we will see you in the next live very soon. And all the best to everybody. And hang in there. We're all going through the same shit. We all have different situations, but we're all, stuck working and trying to get by. Let's just hopefully one day the paradigm will change. And that's all I can say. Yeah. So thanks for watching, or thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next live next time. Take care, everybody.